if I got any good advice if you want some gum, if you got any good advice that I didn't really listen to when I was younger, when I just hustled and had limitless energy, now I got some grays.
I'm getting them.
So, yeah, so I still have limitless energy, but I just don't want to waste any of it.
Exactly.
I got to point it at the right places. It was hire slow, fire fast. I would get so excited. I would meet people. I'd be like, they have potential. I see what they could be. I see a little of me in them. This could be. And then it would be like, are you out of bed yet? Like, are we doing this yet? What are we doing? What's going on? And I'm just running in circles. Hire slow, fire fast. It's definitely a guruism. It's so true, man. People make all the difference. You know, that's one thing about this podcast I didn't even realize was going to happen. I get so high when I sit across from someone else that's like on the same astral plane. Like we're both like, we get it. We can look across and go, yeah, this guy or this gal gets it. I'm high for like 2 days after that, just from sitting down and sharing like an hour or two with no phones, trading ideas with someone else who's on fire for life, right? Because life is so beautiful, but it really sucks when you have when there's no passion involved.
It's the enthusiasm. So it's like I always stay away from. I'm not a salesman with what I do. Like it's more so I try to do my best to transfer enthusiasm to my clients. You know, if you come in with me and your goal is to lose 30, 40 pounds, like there's a mountain that we have to climb together to really get you to stay motivated and again like have that lifted understanding of what it's going to take.
Sure.
So yeah, like I've had bad business relationships to where they've fallen through. The alignment wasn't there. So now trying to build a team, it's like okay, like I'm patient with it. Like lifted mindset's like my baby. I'm trying to make sure that I have the right people that see my vision.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. It was more so like lifted mindset to me, think bigger, exist better is, generational health. It's, how am I showing up for my family, my boys, my wife? Because when I was competing in bodybuilding, I was 300 pounds. So I think I weighed the other day and I was like close to 200 pounds.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
So like 100 pounds difference, in there's a lot of realization that comes with that. Like there's an understanding of what it's like, seeing someone that's, 50 pounds overweight. Like I had horrible sleep apnea when I was my heaviest when I was bodybuilding.
Even when you were jacked, but you were jacked, but your just body is...
It's the same thing, right? It's,
Really?
muscle, too much muscle here,
Really?
too much weight here impacts your your lungs. You're inhibited in that way.
Okay, let's talk about that because I have that.
Okay.
And I've broken my nose, 10, 15 times, and I've had somewhere between 40 and 50 concussions from this
Rugby.
bad boy. Yeah. So I attribute a lot of that to that, but I am also very muscular, and I want to keep the strength, but I want to drop. I'm like 275, between 275, 285 right now. I'd like to be like 250.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
But the sleep apnea for sure is something that I've noticed. Even I'm like, but I'm strong. I can roll people right now. So you had sleep apnea even when you're like, what are you dialed in at body fat content competing?
So
Day
I
of
competed.
competition,
Day of
do you
competition. Like my last big show was 2017. It was like junior nationals. I competed at around 240.
Okay.
So off season, you're trying to increase your muscle mass.
Right.
Body fat comes with that.
You
Obviously,
bet.
you're increasing your calories. You're training heavy. So I was pushing close to 300 pounds in my off season. So 50, 60 pounds overweight. Like just obviously the goal for me was when I was younger. Like you get that external validation from lifting weights, getting bigger.
Right.
My goal was 300 pounds. Like
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. Like I was trying to push that.
It's fun.
But what
Yeah.
came with that was just in hindsight was very unhealthy for me. And I realized in my profession, I've had bad relationships with other coaches that have got me in shape for shows that maybe their mindset wasn't focusing on keeping alignment with health, and that brought me down a path of just I was unhealthy. So it showed me that if I can achieve greater health for myself, like it only made sense I could translate to other people more clearly because it was an alignment issue. If I understood that clearly with my past coaches, and now it's a lot easier for me to translate because I'm living the life. I understand
Sure.
it, and I understand two perspectives of being 100 pounds overweight to now. And it's a night and day difference to how I feel, how I operate, how I show up energy-wise. I mean, there was times where can bend over and put my shoes on in a lot
Yeah.
of ways, and the goal ultimately was, being muscular, being
Right.
big, an aesthetic focus for visual aspects on stage and performing, competing. But, as I evolved, I realized that it just was holding me back in a lot of ways. And I got past that identity of, being the biggest guy.
Sure.
But my strength is still there. Like, that's the main thing. Like,
Wow.
my focus is just building strength. If I can stay strong, like, that translates into everything else in my life.
Yeah.